bar with me eating 40 pieces of chicken McNuggets. Are you ready for your next comic tonight? Rockwell Brewery! I'm not convinced. Are you ready for your next comic tonight? Here in Frederick, Maryland at the Rockwell Brewery when I was in Baltimore! Everyone start clapping right now for my good friend. He is Nick Lucian!
Yeah, take it over, Mr. Darnell. Check it out. They actually asked me what song I wanted to come out to. I asked if I could come out to the Leonard's get a guitar solo, and I never got a response when they gave me Mickey Mouse. So, I don't want any of you guys to get up during the show, but specifically for the men in the crowd. If you go into the stall in the restroom back there, up on the ceiling of the stall is a giant wet spot on the ceiling. And it's because I have never seen a bidet before until like 20 minutes ago. And that thing's hooked up to a fucking jet engine. So after the show, go in there, and if you want to have one of the craziest orgasms of your life, don't fucking check out that bidet. Literally, I've never seen one in my life, and then I seen it at Rockwell Brewery. It seems weird. Frederick's culture now, which is great. Speaking of orgasms, big year for me. I got married this year. Pretty cool. Married with a guy. You guys married? No. She said no. Sorry, Bob. Sorry, buddy. Are you dating? Did you know? Alright, that's sorry. Well, I did get married. I got married actually like 3 months ago. Pretty cool. I am a little worried already that she's starting to go crazy. I don't know how quickly that sets in, but I say that because immediately when it happened, she started getting mad about things that don't matter. Like things that weren't a big deal prior. Now that we're married, she's getting really upset about it. And I give you an example. Like, I've always really enjoyed street tacos. Always been a big fan. And now all of a sudden that we're married, she's just freaking out about it. Making a big deal, saying I can't enjoy them anymore. I should probably mention, street tacos is what I call Mexican prostitutes. But I don't see what the big deal is, to be honest. I actually know my wife is crazy because I married a white woman. Just do the math. They're all a little crazy. Especially when you get them together in a group. I don't know if it's a generational thing, but you get a group of white girls together to watch a movie. It doesn't matter what movie it is, they always start like assigning characters to each other. Have you guys ever seen this? No matter what movie it is, at some point one of them's gonna, something will happen. One of the ladies, this is totally us right now. We do this all the time. That is totally me. Jamie, you'd be the slut. That'd be you right there. It does not matter what movie it is, it happens every time. And my wife is no different. We were actually watching a movie last night, and she does the same thing. Something happens on screen, and she's just like, oh my god, babe, I just did that the other day. That's totally me, right there, I swear, I would be that one. I was like, babe, we're watching Lord of the Rings. What are you talking about? I do get a little concerned sometimes that I accidentally married a TSA agent. Does anybody else have that problem? Do you have that problem, sir? No? You're not married. Oh, are you married? Just not to her? Sorry. Is your wife a TSA agent secretly? She's not 100% sure? Okay. I'll explain myself here. I say that because my wife is starting to argue in a very passive-aggressive way. Like she won't tell me what the problem is that we're trying to discuss. She just kind of beats around the bush. Like last week she was like, hey babe, did you want to get carpet in the master bedroom? Because I noticed your clothes are just like all over the floor. So what are we going for here? And I think she might be a TSA agent because have you ever noticed how passive aggressive those people are when you go through airport security? Like if you go through the line and you mess something up, they don't just confront you on what your mistake was. Instead they make this like vague announcement to the entire airport about what you did wrong, And I did some traveling recently, and I go through the thing, and I actually set off the beeper, whatever, my bad. All I had to do was say, hey man, no jewelry. But instead you had to be like, ladies and gentlemen, this is a metal detector. It will be set off by nipple piercings. Please remove your nipple piercings before the metal detector. I gotta put my business out there like that. But despite the TSA's best efforts, I did some traveling recently. I went to Ireland. Any Irish here? No. Figure out how to grow potatoes again. All right. You just like Ireland. Have you been? Yeah. You were like, nice.
No, we're American. Most of us are Irish.
So you are Irish. Oh, you were suspiciously quiet when I questioned you. Yeah. Fuck yeah, brother. Well, cool, man. I went to the motherland. I went to Ireland. And it was beautiful, man. I really loved Ireland. I really wanted that like traditional Irish pub experience, right? That's what I was really excited for. So, plane lands, first thing I do, get a taxi, I go straight to the pub. And bartender comes up and they said, hey man, what do you want to drink? And I really wanted to get like immersed in the culture. He said, can I please get an Irish caramel? And it turns out that the Irish don't really appreciate that we named a cocktail after decades of domestic terrorism. And it didn't like really click for me until the bartender started to get real pissed off and he was like, fuck you, man. What if I went to New York and I ordered a drink called the North Tower? And I was like, that's fucking funny, man. Because could you imagine if you went to the bar and you were like, hey, excuse me, can I just get like one Al Qaeda bomb? And the bartender brought you a Manhattan and a shot of fireball. This is I'll be over here. This is this is a older crowd, so I'll ask you guys. There's this thing that I hear perpetuated a lot, mostly from the older generations. It's that everybody is lazy these days. Is this something we agree with, sir? You do agree with this? Can I ask you if you think it is a local problem or a global problem to the best of your knowledge? Global? I would agree with you. I do think people are lazy these days. I do think people tend to not want to work for things. And I would agree that it's global, you know, because I don't think it's just something here in America. Like I've noticed recently that terrorists have gotten much lazier. Because I feel like they used to work for things, and now I feel like they just take credit for what they see in the news. You know, like back in the day, at least one of the Mohammeds had to go to flight school or something. And now they just, whatever they see on the news, they just take credit for. Like when the bridge collapsed in Baltimore a few months ago, ISIS took credit for that. No shit, they said that they did that. And that's bullshit that they can just take credit for random news stories. So if they're gonna do that, then I'm gonna do that. So I would like to share some headlines with you guys that I would like to take credit for. Alright, first headline for you. A meth addict assaults a couple after they compare his drug addiction to a runner's high. That was me, guys. I'm a meth addict, if you can't tell. I'm going to take credit for that one. I'm going to fully support the meth addict here because here's the thing. I have not tried meth, but I have tried running. And meth has got to be way more fucking fun than running, okay? A runner's high is a fucking bullshit phrase. If you think a runner's high is a real thing, that's bullshit because then there would be no childhood obesity. There would be Nike stores popping up on every corner like they're fucking Starbucks, okay? If you use the phrase runner's high around me, that just tells me you've never done good drugs before, okay? That's all that tells me. And I have done good drugs before, okay? I was a big fan of drugs in college, still very pro drug use. Really the only reason I stopped doing drugs in college is because it started to get too expensive. So I had to find cheaper ways to start getting fucked up. So I just started holding my sneezes and get like a little lightheaded. Big sneeze joke guy. This is it. That one was for you. Alright, second news story. Florida, man. It's always Florida with the weird shit, isn't it? It's always that's where the good drugs are. Florida man is fired and arrested after defecating on his boss's car. Yeah, that was me too, guys. I'm gonna take credit for that one. You know? Fully support that because, like, can you just imagine, you know, all that job shit? Can you imagine just being so tired of your job? You're just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna shit on my boss's car. Like, I fully support that. I'm taking credit for that. The only weird thing about this news story is that it says the guy was self-employed. It's good drugs, man. Florida, I'm telling you. Alright, one more Florida man news story for you guys. 45-year-old Florida man leads Tampa Bay Buccaneers to Super Bowl and wins MVP. Yeah, so I'm Tom Brady. I'm going to take credit for that too. That was me. But it's 2024. If I want to identify as Tom Brady, you just can't fucking stop me. That's how things work now, okay? I feel like there could be like weirder sports headlines than a local comic secretly being Tom Brady, right? Like, do you guys remember the Michael Sam thing? Are you a sports guy, sir? Mr. Irish? Not Irish, not a sports fan. If you guys don't know, Michael Sam was the first openly gay football player to get drafted in the NFL. And when it happened, every sports TV show for like a month, all they talked about was how gay Michael Sam is, nonstop. And it made me fucking really, really annoyed. Not because he's gay, like I do not care about that at all, just because it wasn't sports. If that's all you're going to talk about in Sports Center, then you got to pretend that being gay is a sport. And if you're going to do that, I need some gay statistics to back that claim up, all right? Show me like career number of assholes this dude's blown out, or like average dick stroke length or something, or like one of those really obscurely specific stats you see during like baseball playoffs, like the number of left-handed reach arounds given in October. But if you don't have gay stats, give it a fucking hey, that guy loves reach arounds, man. I tell you what, she's not very into that guy, so she might be available later. Alright, that's my time. Keep it going for the comments tonight. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting local comedy. Stay tuned for more.
Get over that illusion.